And oh shit!
America's #1 drug-free species.
Push button. Waiting on the Facebook. Hi guys, we're here. We're gonna have to look at you yet, but you can't see us yet. Oh my God, the TV's on. The TV's on.
For
Sued.
advertising.
Somebody
Unsolicited
somebody will be
advertising.
happy. Somebody will be happy. Somebody will be happy. And it's
Called
hey, it's still 12:15, and we're here.
Yes, we're here.
We're here. We're here.
Yes, we're here.
We're here.
Hey.
Good to be here, actually.
Yeah.
We've come a long way. A long way.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, on top of it all, I'm involved in 10 other things on top of it. And this, and that.
My weekend was good.
What? Give me the lowdown.
So, I relaxed all Saturday, pretty much.
Oh, the yucky day.
Yeah,
we were originally going to work outside.
We were going to work and stuff. We had a lot of stuff planned, but
then I was like, no, Sunday. Yesterday, it was at least decent. We were outside. Dee and I were outside a good 4 or 5 hours working on stuff. Got the garage together so that's a place that we can do karaoke next week. The back is getting there. Well, the yard looks good. Now I've got all the deck spaces that are covered in crap. I've got the refrigerator that desperately needs moved out of the way so it doesn't look like all Sanford and Son. There's a real reason for that freezer, though.
Yeah.
So one of the things you learn is a broken freezer is cooler. Just like if an escalator breaks its stairs,
yeah,
a refrigerator is still insulated. So the reason the freezer's out there is it goes back by where the smokers are going to go, gets cleaned out.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for keeping stuff cold.
Right.
It's for keeping stuff warm. Yeah. So what happens is, as you're taking stuff off, it fills with the steam and keeps everything warm. Okay. And it's insulated. Because thermists don't know hot or cold.
Right. So you just don't plug it in and it doesn't.
One of the things I can do is I can take all of the motor out of it. The nice thing about the motor is it keeps from falling over. It's a nice weight on the bottom, but the weight I have to move every time. But yeah, no, it doesn't get plugged in or anything. There's a freezer over there, and there's a freezer that all the drinks and stuff will be in. Okay. I've got a cube freezer that was broken. Same thing.
A cube freezer. Oh, like it's just a smaller.
The little white one.
Okay.
The one that we were putting drinks in last year.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
And really, eventually, that gets wood all over it, so it doesn't look white. But
right.
I don't know that it's going to have wood on it by next week unless I'm suddenly just full of Vim and vigor.
Vim and vigor?
I would have to be full of a lot of Vim and some vigor. Though part of me is like, it'd take me 2 seconds to do it. Okay. If I undercoat it black. Oh, God. I don't know. It doesn't. Anyways, that's not on the list at the moment. But, like, we've got to go out back and tear apart the toolbox, and it's got to move to the shed, and that whole area. The area I've got to make it so that no one's going to fall through the boat, too.
Yeah.
The bottom of it.
What's wrong with the bottom of it?
It'll look good. The 4x4s are still good, but the in between. So what I do is I add a piece.
So do you replace it?
Not cheap.
Okay.
I lay over it. Ooh, that's an idea. I have a piece of plywood big enough that I could cut it exactly the right size and paint it. Make it so it's water safe. Okay. Problem solved. See, that's how it works, man. The quickening stuff just keeps coming. Like I'll every time
turns into a solution.
So we didn't end up doing that Saturday, but Sunday I worked a bunch on that.
Okay.
On with your tail, good sir. You went out, then you woke up Sunday.
Yeah.
Disappeared. Sunday. Did not stop to say to anybody I'm leaving. Didn't go, hey, by the way. Didn't mention it to Sean. Sean thought you were downstairs sleeping. I said, no, he's not downstairs sleeping.
I told you, I think.
Well, that's why I said, well, when you left.
Oh, you wanted me. Okay, I should tell everyone in the house. Hey,
you just stopped by. I mean, if there were people awake, especially, I assume there were people awake somewhere. Sean was just in the back of the house, awake. I was sleeping because I took my meds. I had gotten up once. You were here.
Yeah, I took a longer shower than I thought.
She actually discussed that.
No, because
That was a topic.
the plan was originally I was gonna take a shower, then I was gonna call my stepdad to come get me. And
And you got lost in the shower.
it's just so nice. I love hot water so much. Like, I just sit there and stand there and just like take it in.
I can't. My goals for the shower over here are not expensive, and I am so desperate. What I want is rain showers across the top, so it happens is just warm water falling down on you. And I've thought about making it so that you're actually in some water all the time. So there's water there, and there's an overflow system, and it's constantly circulating.
Yeah.
It's about 80 or 90 degrees. The debate is whether or not I try and make it a salt bath.
But yeah, I went on
Anyways,
I
go
went
ahead.
on a date yesterday.
You went on a date yesterday. Okay. Nice lady?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to take the poor audience all the way through you wandering around from restaurant to
Okay.
restaurant.
No,
You
I'm not
eventually
gonna. We're not
found
gonna go
food.
through all that. We eventually found food, and it was really nice. It was, I haven't felt that happy in a long time, so I'm really glad.
Nice, nice. Those of you that don't know, young Ross will be turning, well, next week. You can tell by
You can
19.
Tell, you can tell by my semi-deep voice.
No, 19. The average age of the young men that died in Vietnam was 19.
That's so morbid.
But it's from a song.
Really?
Yeah.
What song? Who put that in a song?
I want to say it's Falco. For some reason,
Yeah,
I'm thinking it's Falco. Rock Me Amadeus. You've heard Rock Me Amadeus, right?
No.
Okay, this brings us to another point.
This brings us to.
We really need to be doing a weekly show on Spotify as well, where we get to play music. So that when we get to that point, what we do is we play the song.
Okay.
Conversations peppered with song.
Yeah.
Like we bring, okay, so that we need to bring a topic, and then let's find songs.
We need to think about some songs that we know that are similar to that.
Oh, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, like think of a topic. And
Let's come. So what we need to do is come up with topic lists.
So
we'll come up with a bunch of topics.
I tell you what.
And then we'll work on getting songs for them, and then we'll come with them.
I'll come up with like some songs I know, and then you'll come up with some songs you know, and then we'll basically just play it by ear from there. Like wherever the conversation.
What I'm saying is we come with a major topic.
Yeah.
Like death. I mean, there's some great death songs. There's but that one off the top of my head. Yeah. I don't want to do love. But anyways, loneliness.
I'm so sick.
Drugs.
Huh? Yeah.
I've seen the needle and the damage done.
I was gonna say Mary Jane, but I have no idea how it goes.
Last Dance.
Mary Jane. I know that one.
Last Dance with Mary Jane.
Last Dance with Mary Jane.
Tom Petty.
That's the one I was looking for.
That's the one that I always go.
One I was looking
so, dude,
for,
did you quit smoking then? Because that sounds like a song like of love to your loss of marijuana there. It's like, I love my marijuana, but I have to last dance with Mary Jane.
Right. That's Dave Chappelle on the pier with the yeah.
I have no idea what you just said.
How High? It was from How High. He had to quit.
That's the funny thing is I love Dave Chappelle.
Mm-hmm.
Movies, but I don't know when you're gonna write a good one. But I
liked How High.
I know. How high were you?
No, I wasn't even high the first time I watched it.
Because actually, in general, those movies only work if you're
if you're high.
If you're high.
If you're mind numbing.
Well, or if you've never been high and you're still impressed by the idea.
So is The Hangover?
It's not about being drunk. It's not a drug movie.
Okay. I was wondering if that was one of those
movies. No. It's got what's his name in it. He's insane. He's high enough for all of us. Whatever his name is.
I remember in Freaks and Geeks they were like, he was like, dude, I'm gonna go watch The Wall. He was like, I'm gonna go watch The Wall. I'm gonna see it straight for the first time. And what's his name was like, dude, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Right?
I will say this: the movie The Wall is an amazing movie. Okay. That's on our list of you have to see.
Yeah, I've never seen.
So one of the things you guys don't know, Ross is big on the concept albums. That both ones you're working on, but in general, watching how people do it. Pink Floyd, traditionally, the album tells a story. That there's a lot going on. There are a few of them. There are a few artists that are kind of like that. David Bowie was like that.
Concept albums have always been really, really cool to me. I don't think I've listened to enough like albums where it was like a full someone was trying to tell you a story, or they were trying to like take you through a journey. You know?
Well,
I've seen like emotional versions of that. Like one of Kendrick's albums really does that. Like it doesn't seem like it's a solid like I can follow the story and it feels good to go through albums like that. I do need some more like I want more rock things to listen to. That's like
I'll tell you the other concept album that comes to mind is Logic.
Okay.
The Amazing Journey.
Okay.
One where he's in the spaceship and all the songs are related and it tells the story all the way through. They talk in between, and then it rolls into a song, and then they
Yeah.
Now, David Bowie was famous for, especially in the 70s, 80s, early 80s. Each album was a new character. So he did Ziggy Stardust. He did the Thin White Duke. He did Aladdin Sane. Well, no.
Was he a character? Was he ever a character? Or just
sort of, yes, because you get Major Tom shows up in Space Oddity. It's the first song that hits.
Right.
So Space Oddity comes out at a time when people are talking about going to the moon.
Right. So he's like, all right.
So, well, yeah, but that's not really. Circuits are dead, but there's nothing wrong. It's about an astronaut dying in space and floating around forever.
It's a pretty dark song, right?
Well, and then there's references later. I heard from someone from a long time ago.
Okay.
I heard from someone.
Bowie's really a fan of or was really a fan of like having characters cross paths.
I think he found it easier to conceptualize a viewpoint and then write to it.
Yes.
Would be my guess.
I can understand that actually.
That like Diamond Dogs was based on 1984. He tried to get the rights to 1984, the book by George Orwell, and as they pulled me out of the oxygen tent, I asked for the latest parties.
The latest parties?
Right. So in other words, he's in the hospital.
Yeah.
This is what character is this? So that's Diamond Dogs, and that whole album is pretty wild. My first intro to Bowie was somebody gave me I think it's Changes 2, which was just a best of album. And I was young and blown away, and there was probably some girl from some foreign country involved, because that was how things went in those days. Not that I was too young. They were like 5 years older than I am, but all my brothers. So he's getting ready to do Youth Exchange. There's like all of these European, Australian, South American 17 or 18-year-olds. And that's a gender, not a gender decided thing in that group. So they're God.
Bowie for me growing up was like, he was kind of like Freddie Mercury. I knew who he was, but I didn't know that much about him. Like I would hear songs, like a lot of times I hear Bowie songs and I wouldn't know it was a Bowie song.
Well,
exactly.
Because Bowie's all over the place.
Yeah, like it was like when I watched that Queen movie, I realized how many of their songs I actually knew.
I'm a laughing gnome, and you can't catch me.
Oh my God, that sounds fire.
Okay. We need to do. See, now imagine.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Well,
going through just. Yeah.
Or we go to an artist and we go, okay, this is an artist we both love. No. Go find that thing that you love that you think isn't the popular one. Let's bring those. Let's see where we match up and we play those.
Yeah.
I'd love to have people come in and do that with us. Like, hey, we're doing this artist.
I don't know. I think that could be our thing.
No, I agree, but I could picture.
No, I could see.
What I'm saying is occasional guests, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The hard part is that requires Spotify Premium.
Does it?
You can still listen to it if you don't have Spotify Premium, but what you'll get is where we play a song, you'll get a snippet.
There's actually.
But then we can put it out as a playlist for each episode, and even if you don't have Spotify Premium, you'll be able to play the playlist.
Right. I get what you're saying.
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
What do you call it? So how? Well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it a little bit more.
So, and then you went to your mom's house.
Yeah.
They got a fridge on, new one, new to them, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Nice. You've been over helping a bunch. That's got to feel kind of good, kind of like feeling reconnected.
I mean, reconnected is a word. It's interesting because
You're an adult now.
yeah,
It's a different conversation.
it's a different thing in conversation. It's like I almost feel like when I was a kid, parents and adults in general felt the need to like be Superman or Superwoman around me and just be really like strong and like.
Or is that
Whereas when I now I feel like adults are a little bit more comfortable being more vulnerable.
Is it that when you're little, it's not that they are trying to be Superman. It's that they're trying to do the best they can.
Yes.
And when you're small, you picture it feels like Superman. There's somebody that just makes it better. The rude awakening is, and now there isn't. That, oh, wait a minute, I'm in charge of that?
Right.
Oh.
Scary. It's very scary.
Well, you're very fortunate. You're not on your own. You've got a roommate. You've got lots of roommates.
Terry is scared. No.
Terry is scared. Where's my yogurt? Terry Crews loving yogurt is one of the best things about that show. He's obsessed with his yogurt. But anyways.
Did you hear that they're making an Iron Man with Tom Cruise? I'm not excited.
I really thought you were going to say Terry Crews, and I was excited for a minute. Terry Crews Iron Man, I'd buy into.
Terry Crews Iron Man? You buy into that?
Oh my God, yes.
I think I could handle Terry Crews.
I picture Terry Crews more like from Everybody Hates Chris. Okay. He's like the hardest working dude. He's just a bricklayer. I mean, that's not his job in the show, but
right.
You know what I mean? That he's got three jobs. He's got like 3 jobs, and he's always worried about her spending too much money. And Iron Man's kind of like that. Too many hats, too many suits. I don't.
Too many. He's got a lot of stuff going on because he's.
There are days I feel like I have too many hats on. I guess it's better than too many suits.
Right.
I have been asked to join the leadership of the global men's group as well. I've officially been invited to the chat. My monocle will be arriving by mail soon.
Matt enters the chat.
Matt enters the chat.
No, like
dressed as the Monopoly guy.
The Monopoly guy. That's a misnomer. You're like the
right.
opposite of the Monopoly.
I know, right? Well, that's one of the. Oh God, I've got a million references today. Two Broke Girls. When okay, last name Andre. Eric Andre is on there. She breaks up with him because she finds out he's secretly rich, even though he's living in a dumpster. The nicest dumpster you've ever seen.
Secretly rich.
Right.
Even though he's living in the dumpster.
Well, the dumpster is it's an apartment inside the dumpster, and he can open the top, and it's got like windows, and it's got a bed in it. It's got a door. He moves it around. Sometimes it gets picked up. Yeah. Well, no, like a trash dumpster out back with 2 lids. Like big ones with 2 lids, but the 2 lids, he's got a crank and it goes up and it's got windows. But anyway, she breaks up with him when she finds out he's secretly rich. Not that the fact that the homeless guy that had the decked out.
Yeah.
I've never run into a homeless guy living in a dumpster where the dumpster was decked out. Decked out was it had KFC trash and Chinese trash, so it was all you could eat.
If I found out a girl was rich and living in a dumpster, but the dumpster was really nice, I'd be like, okay, I can deal with this. I can accept this.
So she breaks up with Eric Andre's character. Okay. So to prove her wrong, he dresses up Eric Andre. Dresses up as the Monopoly guy. And comes in and is throwing out money and being all, and then he gives her $1 million. He hands her a credit card. Check your ATM.
Dang.
You know,
that's a power move, yo.
Now you're one of the richest.
That's a power move.
If anybody wants to make the power move of I don't need $1 million and here it is, but you can do what you're doing. If you're out there listening, I promise every penny will go into this studio.
If you're talking about throwing money down on the table, that's the way to do it right there.
Well, but I've never had anybody throw it on the table quite that emphatically. In general, I feel like what they're doing is showing me the fact that they're sitting on the other end of the table with it. Right. Which is kind of like, oh, So you want me to jump to that? I'm not sorry.
Right, I get what you
That's where the not being the monopoly guy comes in.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sell our soul to make us exist. I'm going to keep us existing even if I have to sell my soul. Wait a minute. The goal was not sell anybody's soul when I started this.
When I started this word, phrase, sentence thing, I did not mean to sell souls. That was not intention.
Well, and my realization lately is, so my Facebook page has grown a lot. The compassionate Facebook page has grown a ton. But I feel like the book and the studio
are the ones that
I'm treating like stepchildren. Don't get me wrong, I've always been good to my stepchildren. I still love them. They're my kids. You know, I've never thought of it like separately.
Mm-hmm.
And to some extent, I feel like if people want me to play a major role in helping them get moving, that I, as much as I don't want to say I need some kind of compensation, I may need some.
You know what I'm starting to think is maybe like, I don't know how that would work, but like maybe we could see if like the men's group could help us a little bit, like just posting things they're interested in. Like not even saying they have to be like, hey, go follow them, like not that, but like more like, hey, post things that you're interested to on our page.
No,
like I don't know, I don't know how that would, like, I don't know.
So kind of the way I do it.
Okay.
Because we're good at this. Part of the reason we have to get interviews going,
okay,
is one of the things we can do for a site like that is we can interview the person,
right,
and they can post that.
Right, got you.
Okay. That I push pretty hard. What I'm trying to do is promote compassion wherever I can find it. So in other words, the idea that men coming to other men compassionately and seeing each other is humans seeing humans for me. I'm not as attached to the gender. That I see the good of needing to awaken not just everybody around me. That what I see is a group working on promoting compassion and discourse. Now, one of the things I could show them is I have a page that's gone from 0 to 700 in about a month and a half. Now, that's not my work. That's David and Tori and G and Budapri, Myoki. Yeah, I can say it now these days.
There's some credence to be given to spending a lot of time at something means that it's going to grow. And sometimes it's valuable to realize that, hey, I have this ability, I can make things grow. If I'm going to help you make this thing grow, I'm trying to do my own things. Right. So if I'm going to help you with your thing, I'm going to need some help. I'm going to need... Whether that's monetarily or like... No, it doesn't...
The way I think of it is, if what I have to be paying attention to is how do I pay next month's bills, I don't have enough time to give you what you want.
Right. Exactly.
So it really very much that I have to focus over here.
Right.
Unless
there's an
unless we discuss a way. Yeah. Well, no, it's not an incentive.
No, well, not incentive.
Right.
I just mean.
My goal is to convince them of anybody. See, I don't want to. I'm not thinking of this person or a person. I don't even like this discussion for the most part because I don't ever. I am not a.
I don't want you to think that you have to ask for money. I only want you to think that you need to focus on what you need to focus on when you need to focus on.
Right.
And as long as things outside of that focus, as long as they can help, well, it's a slippery slope because I don't want to say like don't help people because I don't like the idea of not helping people, but I also think it's important to focus on what you think is important.
Like, well, and then it varies. Yeah. And here's the hard part. No, what I want to focus on is meditation.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to
Right. You want to be a monk, right?
Right. But I love talking to people, so that part of, I think, the first step in changing the world is just reaching out and going, hi. Hi, friend.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have that relationship on every continent and on some level with most countries,
Mm-hmm.
including, okay, so my weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I spent Sunday morning talking to a young man in Myanmar. Myanmar's formerly Burma, if I remember correct. I've actually sat on the border of Burma and watched Burmese try to kill each other when I was 18. And I sat with the Thai Border Patrol on the Thai side, and we talked about how rough it was in Burma, because what would happen is they would try to steal the explosives off the landmines so that they could fight back against the government.
So the Burmese government? Well, no,
Back
it'd
then,
be
the Khmer Rouge.
okay.
So long. Anyways,
Yeah,
that's
a lot of
that's 30 plus years ago, guys. Anyways,
a lot of stuff.
so this young man, Sugar, his name's Sugar. We'll just call him Shug, is a monk in a forest monastery.
Mm-hmm.
That means they have these jungle where it's getting as close to nature. It's you're meditating as part of. I am blown away.
Mm-hmm.
He happens to be. He was visiting family, so he has internet right now. And I talked for about 45 minutes with a monk in Miramar that lives in the forest and meditates. So that was how I started my day. Don't get me wrong. Meanwhile, I'm talking to my buddy. I love it. David calls him Buddy. Buddha Primayoki, who's in India. Meanwhile, I'm talking to my. And this is as I'm getting ready for a meeting at 3. It's another global meeting.
Right.
I did not have meditation this week. I wish I did. I actually, it's funny. It's not meditation, it's a class, but I really enjoy it because I just get to listen and read. And poor Violet has to try and read all those names from a million countries but it's definitely, Violet Train, if you're out there, I love you. Thank you for everything you do as far as pronunciation. That's not easy. So then I spent part of my afternoon listening to a gentleman with more experience in Russia and Ukraine, Georgia, and got a firsthand discussion about the experiences um, from inside, not from even the Ukrainian side, from that feeling. Remember, you know what? I forget her name in the moment. Remember the young lady we spoke to in Moscow about a week before the war started. She sounded scared. She wouldn't talk about stuff. There was yes, that is, everybody in that country feels that way.
Right.
There is the new fear and anxiety, and we talked. So how did it? And he talked about over the last 2 decades, it's been a ramping up, a quickening.
Right.
But what I mean, so I spent part of my day talking to people in Georgia, meaning the country in Russia.
The country in yeah.
The country that's to the next to.
Yeah.
I spent part of my day talking to a monk in Miramar. I spent part of my day talking to a monk in India. Spoke with a man in Sao Paulo, Brazil for a while. In Australia, people in Canada. There is my movement. The thing that matters to me, it's finding fuel for the global movement of connectivity. I say we are all already connected. We're just seeing it. That for the first time ever, there is a true quickening of things. being in the right place at the right time with the kind of compassionate thought that defines what's going on.
Right.
If we don't define it in this quickening, it will go the other way, and the gap gets bigger.
Right.
Right now, the gap is huge between have and have not. The way to really change that is to bypass, to not have anything to do with it. The government side doesn't matter. The social side doesn't matter. What matters is, I see you, you're human.
Mm-hmm.
So whether I'm talking to a monk or whether I'm talking to businessmen that are all over the world, beautiful souls, social workers, people that coach people on how to work with their intelligence, people who, former police officer, 20 years in Brazil, who's now retired and he's got a farm. And
I do want to say we need to start, like, actually scheduling time to do interviews.
Right?
But on top of that,
right? The quickening. See,
no,
everything has an on top of that. Go ahead. Not his fault. It's just everything currently.
On top of that, I can actually, later today, I can show you how to, like, make sure that this is ready so that you can just get on and do interviews, just in case, like, if I'm not here and you want to, you just want to talk to somebody.
And what I've worked on,
live,
what I've worked on, it's my setup on this side.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a setup for bringing it over for a solo show.
Mm-hmm.
But I've also worked a setup out where I can do you.
Right.
You can do solo. You can do, I want to talk to this person.
Right.
Okay.
I will say that I'm not currently reaching out to a whole bunch of people,
but the capabilities are endless.
I'm starting to try to.
Well, imagine the idea. It's your show. You can talk to people on the phone.
Mm.
It's that easy.
Yeah.
That's what blows me away. Dude, okay, for those of you that don't know, we literally just plug the phone into the board. Do group calls if you want. Yep, phones do that.
Well, now we plug it into that. But yeah,
now we plug it.
It's the same.
We got devices.
It's
ladies.
as simple as a cord to it.
We ain't afraid of power tools in this house. No. That we have made. We are broke as hell, and yes, we've got 4 new microphones and 6 new XLR cables, so everybody will be happy. Those are going to be perfect for this weekend, though.
Yeah.
Because those are the ones I'll attach to that amp and that amp. I'm telling you, man, I'm having music everywhere. I turned that thing on for 2 seconds. I didn't even turn on the big one. There's another one up top down there. We got all kinds of funky.
All kinds of things.
I am a big time watching for prices. We won't go into how little I pay for shit, but man, I can read a review, that's for sure.
I mean, this was like $100.
That was a steal. And think about how without it, where you can put more mics.
This is worth like $400.
Where are you going to put more mics?
Sell this today and make some money back.
Where are you going to put the mics if you don't have that? How do you hand?
No, we're not.
How do you hand everyone?
I was going to say we're not.
No, I know we're not. But do you follow me?
Yeah.
That we stumbled into this not knowing what we needed.
Exactly.
And now, don't. Here's a microphone.
Yeah. Now we have the microphones to match.
There's the keyboard. I got a drum pad upstairs, man. We can plug that straight into the board too, just so you know. Ooga chunga, ooga chunga, ooga chunga chunga. That's a song I think we should do.
Is that the monkey from South Park?
No, it's a song. It's a.
Oh, is that no? That's from SpongeBob, isn't it?
No. I want to say Galaxy Quest, but it's not. It's that other one. What's the other Marvel Quest?
It was like
no. The Marvel Quest movie.
Marvel Quest movie. Guardians?
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. There we go. That's what it's from. It's on his mixtape's awesome.
His mixtape's fire.
I figured we'd play that song.
Yeah.
That's what I had playing outside yesterday.
We should have an episode about his mixtape. I think that's a solid episode.
Well, I think they already made that though. They made a mixtape. We'll make our own mixtapes. My thought is, I think we do an episode where we pay homage to that mixtape, maybe.
Right.
But we go through the mixtape. We take the list of artists.
And then we make our.
We have to find another song that we think rates that high from that artist, and somehow
That's actually not a bad.
And then you put out, but then there's a playlist.
Yeah.
Because the trick is, if we're doing that on Spotify Premium, what you do is you do it, but man, you gotta have the playlist has to come out like next day. It only takes chug. Maybe it's faster than I think.
Making a playlist and making it public. And then I think associating it to the studio. So it's not. It shouldn't be.
But oh my God, it is an endless all day long. We need another person.
There's a Spotify on Roku too, because I got it on mine.
I will say this: if you keep staying on the love seat, we're gonna get a producer to sleep on the bed, or whatever we're gonna call him, a gopher.
A gopher.
Why do we need to turn that bed into a bunk bed? We need to set up barracks. Need more people.
More people.
More people.
All the people.
Yeah, that. We're already all connected. All I'm trying to do with everything I'm doing is I'm looking at everybody and saying they should make noise. Looking at everybody saying they should be heard. That's the point of the studio. Not about hearing me. I love that you love hearing me, though.
I like to hear me.
I'm not attached. I've been listening to it for 50 years. He talks too much.
He talks too much.
You know, I mean, that's straight facts. He talks too much. I work at not talking too much.
Yeah, I only really realize I talk too much when I'm around people that talk a lot. Then I'm like, ooh, I talk like that sometimes.
What I love is the other day you're like, so and so was really loud. And I thought, yes, more so than you.
Yeah.
But enough so that between the two of you, I was deafened. But it did make you see. It was like, life's like that. Don't ever feel bad in those moments.
Well, no, it's.
Do you know how we beat ourselves up and go, oh, I should have done this different, that different? What the fuck? You just learned something. No, man, brilliant. Brilliant. The more you don't know, every moment you don't have to feel bad.
I have a hard time addressing it though, because I'm like, I don't want to be like, are you compulsively talking? I don't want to say that, but that's my thought. No.
The trick is, don't ask anybody else. Ask yourself. I'm not saying you always are. I don't mean that.
Sometimes.
That was so funny though. But
no.
But the reality is that's where you take it. It's home.
I did have a moment yesterday where I had a couple, but I had a moment where I was like, dang, you're really nervous and you're talking compulsively. Like you're just saying things to fill space. That's it. You're not relaxing and enjoying the moment. Just relax and enjoy the moment. And it was a lot more. Every time I had to recenter myself and just the breathing really helped.
I had a friend today, a friend of yours too, but posted a thing about how
Grandma Hayes. Breathing really helped.
Right. Grandma Hayes does it. I'm telling you right now. I want her to be. Eventually, once she gets all her classes done, I'm really hoping to talk her into a weekly. She does deserve that.
I think so.
First, we have to. We said we're gonna do each other first.
Sounds terrible without context, but yeah.
Oh yeah, it does. You do me first. No. But I'm out. No.
You do me.
And you listen to my story. I don't want to hear yours. Goodbye.
You do me, then I do the door.
Oh Jesus. Anyways, we've got stuff coming. We called this show The Quickening because if you've ever seen, I'm awful with movie titles. Anyways,
I think
it's the one where Highlander. Thank you. The Quickening is when all of the immortals are coming together and they have to cut each other's heads off because there can be only one. Well, there is only one. We're all that one. You're that one. I'm that one. We're that one. Hey, we're the one.
What about the one room?
and one ring to rule them all. It's my pinky ring. Yeah, this is where the power dwells. Right here, don't make it get you. Oh. Ah, ah, ah,
It's all fun and games until somebody cut off your finger.
and squishing your head. Squishing your head.
Whoosh.
Squish, squish, squish. Hold your hand up. Hold your hand up. I'll show you. No, you gotta look through it. Go. I can squish your head. See, I squish your head. Squish, 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 squish.
It's not working.
Right, but you see, you get to the head like this.
It's like it's not. It won't stay.
You say, I got it. I got this head. And you go, squish, squish.
Like,
that's from Kids in the Hall.
I want to see somebody do.
Shouts out to Dave Ford.
I want to see somebody do like a CGI, like where like you're doing this and it like doesn't squish, and then you do it one time and you squish and you're like, oh snap!
It's been done. It's been done. That's my point. It's been the squishing of the head is the thing that's been done, and that's why I reference Kids in the Hall because they have a whole skit, multiple skits about squishing heads. It's all and if somebody's far enough away, you can get their whole head, and then you don't see it. But we're close, so you gotta go. Anyways, the idea is that the quickening represents a point where the energies are coming together. That represents where I feel like we are, that we're at. I can feel the focus of what we're doing and in it, not because of some ego, but because I really love reaching out and touching other people. I know that doesn't sound right.
I feel like we gotta do something tonight. I think we gotta. Do you think it would be possible to go live again tonight?
We might.
Okay.
We might.
We might. Let's see.
And here's the trick.
We'll see.
I don't know where we'll go live.
We shall see.
Might go live on the Universal Sangha for about 5 minutes. And then I might go live over here for 5 minutes. And then I might go live over there for 10 minutes. I'm crazy! We have more fake doors than any place else. Come get fake doors. What you need is fake doors. Fake doors. Rick and Morty reference. Guy's selling fake doors. Then he goes home and there's more fake doors. We have all the fake doors you could ever want.
This one has brick behind it. This one has drywall behind it.
All the doors lead here. Doesn't matter which one. Right to where we always were. Connected. I'm telling you, it feels good. So I'm in this. I'm going to end on this. So I'm in this conversation with this young man from Marathon. And what he wants to know is, why are you so interested in trying to promote and spread this? What is your intent?
Right, what's your motivation?
And I said to him, I think anywhere I can help people spread compassion for other people, help people see other people. It's my path. This is what I was made to do. It's a weird feeling to feel like you've got it right. I don't always accept that I've got it right. I can't always visualize it. I don't know. I'm doing the best I can at what I'm doing instead of worrying about, am I always doing perfect? I'm seeing people. That's one of my big goals. It's to literally see people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I say literally, I mean in the sense
like
that,
beautiful mind.
Well, no, not quite that bad. I mean figuratively in the sense that they're on the internet. Yeah. But in my eyes, it's the same as seeing them. That what I'm doing is I'm trying to see people, and I'm trying to get other people to see other people. And he said, okay, we should do this together. I'll help. But over and over again, from top to so if you think of the major side projects I'm currently working on, I didn't pursue them. People came to me in both instances. A weird set of circumstances in each situation led to me taking a more leadership-like role just because I do.
I would argue you pursued them in a way that you didn't realize. Because usually by interacting more with people, you're going to get more interaction.
Well, I'm not saying I'm stupid.
Not
that. No,
yeah,
you're right. Okay,
yeah.
But I don't see people with.
You're not pursuing an actual, like you're not actively looking for that.
I'm not looking for somebody to give me something. Exactly. I'm just meeting people and seeing them.
Yes.
Most people aren't used to being seen, first off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's an unusual. I am big on the idea that what I value most is not my perspective.
Mm.
It is the energies and wisdom found in all of the other perspectives, because I know all perspectives lie, but we're all looking at the same thing.
Right.
That makes sense.
True.
But what touches me the deepest is over and over again, multiple times a week, I have people telling me that they're glad to be a part of the spaces I'm in, that they feel fortunate for those spaces, that as I claim what I'm doing is, okay, so I'm trying to build a studio that creates a space inside a community where people can be seen and then be seen outside of that community, with the idea that then that happens more and more, whether they're associated somehow or not doesn't matter. I look forward to the idea of us having additional studios in other communities.
I was gonna say, do we have a group chat for the studio?
Well,
let's make a group chat.
There is not a studio group chat. There is a studio Discord. And we could invite people to Discord, or we could start a studio chat, or we could start a room on the Facebook page. Part of what I'm looking at is other ways to communicate. One of my side projects is dealing with this problem right now.
Right.
And so I'm hoping to come out with some additional thoughts on how to do that on other platforms.
Well, my thought is that it would be nice if our audience engaged with our audience, because it also adds fuel to the fire, because the more that people are engaging,
and it makes people
the more people are like, my friend might enjoy this group chat or this conversation or blah 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 blah,
or this show.
Exactly, or this show. Not even like a silly promotional thing, but word of mouth is a really good thing. Like,
you're describing my game to a T.
Yeah.
That literally what I realized was, the only thing, I don't like sales, but the one thing I took from sales is the idea of a funnel. So here I see everybody,
right,
and I talk to them.
Right. You spread your
down here, some people reach out, they want to be friends, or we have deeper conversations. Down here, we have deep discussions on the Facebook page. There are people that are like actively contributing, and now
down here you get the diehards.
Well,
you gotta get all this stuff.
This is moderators and leadership,
you gotta flow through that.
Well, and you let people decide how involved they want to be. Exactly. That by letting them decide how involved they want to be, you're not constantly going, "Oh, I thought you wanted to be more involved."
There's gonna be tons of people that see us now, and will be like, "Nah, I'm good," and then they'll see us maybe a year from now, and be like, "Okay, I can get behind this." Like, it's not always gonna be. It's not always going to be your first interaction with someone you're going to strike gold, or you're going to strike up that conversation that leads to more ideas and stuff like that. Like, it's not always the first interaction, and it's really good. I think it's really good that at least you seem to try. I think I need to try a little bit harder to reach out to people, but it seems like you're very good. You're very good. You're very good at reaching out to people and just hearing out what they have to talk about, or what they want to talk about, or what they're interested in and stuff. At least it seems that way.
So, and on an up note, while there's a lot going on, while a year ago none of this had even been thought of, this time last year I was thinking about maybe doing a video blog.
Maybe doing a vlog?
Yeah, I had started doing a traditional blog. I know I haven't written in it lately, and I need to get back to that because I have there too.
Right.
And that post, that's more book related. That posts directly to ZATOAM, Zen and the Art of Maintenance of Madness. The pink page is Zen and the Art of Madness. My book currently available on Amazon, and I also have a Facebook page there, but I don't push a lot on it.
Right.
I may. What I want to do is go through the book and do maybe some readings and discussions that are short 5 or 10 minute things.
Mm-hmm.
We can record in this setup, and then I just
right.
put it up, talk about it, and then go, oh, okay.
Right.
And it just becomes a thing. And then we also put them on the studio page, and I know the web page sucks, guys. See what I'm saying? There's a million. I need somebody. I need to talk to an accountant. I need to talk to a lawyer. I need to talk to.
The hardest part of anyone to buy a book or to look at a book or whatever you do is actually getting them to open.
Mm-hmm.
So if we go through and we have interesting content coming out of just us reading pieces from the book,
well, that was my thought.
It'll attract more attention to the book, and it'll be like, okay, this is this little passage was interesting.
Well, I always thought the second edition of the book.
So maybe I'll read the book.
I always thought the second edition of the book would probably be video. Third edition would be the coffee table style version. I want to do a bigger version where then the opposing page has lines.
How are you going to do a video book?
That's exactly what we were talking about.
Right.
What we do is we go through it, and it becomes pages. 5 or 10 minutes to page. Some 5 or 10 minutes, you might cover multiple pages because there's a bunch. Like, you take a page, you put it up, okay, so that becomes the primary, and then I talk about it. Like, I read it, I go, oh, this, and we have a conversation about it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what did you mean there? I'll read, some pages you made, you just read it. Like, wow, that hit me. And we talk about that. But then what you do is you set up where that's its own thing.
Yeah, we do like pages. Right. And then make a playlist of this.
In order. This is the book.
Exactly.
See what I mean? Now you've got a video book. Now, so everything I've done is always looked at the idea that I live in a world where there are a million different media sources. And so you have to constantly be mastering some new, okay, what if we put it out this way? What if we do it that way? There's a constant quickening.
How do I best package this content for the readers?
Well, sort of.
Or how do
I best distribute it?
Yeah. A lot of things going on.
The quickening. The quickening. A lot of things going on. That tells it all.
Yeah.
Welcome to Monday, brother. Good weekend.
Welcome to the Monday.
You know what? I should have put that up. I have a picture of Rutger Hauer coming through a wall.
Who's Rutger Hauer?
Okay, so do you remember Blade Runner?
Yeah.
Do you remember where he shoved his head through the wall and goes, bam, and looks at him?
Okay.
I've got one that it says, surprise, Monday's here. I've got another one with my cat where the cat's like, really? I have to Monday?
Garfield?
Love you all. That's just you watching. It's the hardest part if you miss a day. Stop going back. I don't know what I need to know is the metrics on the other places they can listen to it. I have no idea. Are we getting anything on Spotify or not really?